Listen, man, the game's the game. You don't take your chances, you lose a game of football. Welcome back to my channel, it's Tapping Tobs here. It's been a long time. I don't normally do it outside the ground, but I thought let me test it out. Let's see what's what. Obviously, at the game today, Spurs, 5 starters missing. No Basuma, no Sarr, no Romero, no Van der Ven, no Maddison. A lot of the spine in our team missing, and I got to say, I think we put in a really good performance, man. We gave as good as we got today. I think the key for us today was just a lack of finishing, right? Aston Villa, listen, there's been a lot of hype of Aston Villa, and a fair amount of it has been justified. They've been a good side this season. They've been a really good side this season. They pam-teamed at home, but today, I'm sorry, we popped them, man. We popped them boys all over the park, and leaving with a 2-1 defeat, it leaves us a nasty taste in the mouth, man. It really does. But as I said, if you don't take your chances, you don't win. I mean, in the first half alone, we should have been 2-0 up within the first 2 minutes of the game. Kulusevski, how he's missing that chance is beyond me. I can't remember who missed the second chance. I think it might have been, was it Hill? Was it Hill? Hill? Son? It was Son, yeah, I can't even remember. 2 big chances in the first 2 minutes of the game. You've got to take it. And the thing is, it was like that for most parts of the game. Like, Aston Villa always carried the threat. I think even after those 2 chances, they went up the other end, and it was a free kick, and it was a free header from Pau Torres that he missed. That should have been a warning. That should have been a sign of things to come. So it's not going to be all good news about Spurs. I felt we weren't able to deal with Aston Villa from set pieces well enough. I felt they always carried the threat aerially, and it didn't surprise me that they got an equaliser courtesy of a set piece. I felt it was a dumb giveaway from Lo Celso for the free kick. But in all honesty, we did enough to win this game of football, man. We knew what type of game it was. Once I saw the lineup, Bentancur in the 6, Lo Celso and Kulu as the 8s, out and out wingers, I knew that today was going to be it was going to be an end-to-end game. It was going to be a game where Spurs basically had to shoot more than Aston Villa. Machine for machine, as the kids would say, right? And I thought we had enough tools at our disposal to beat up Aston Villa with our guns, but our guns, they jammed. Let's be real, they jammed in a lot of moments today, man. Brian Hill, he should have pulled the trigger a couple of times. There was one on his left foot. He's got to drill it far corner. He didn't do that. He hit it straight at the keeper. There was another one. Brian Hill, good cut back from, I think it was Pedro Porro. It's on his right foot. He didn't take it. There's a header in the second half. Ben Davies didn't take it. So many offsides. Son was so poor today. So many offsides. There were so many moments because Aston Villa. Listen, Unai Emery, I think he must have taken us for mugs. He must have thought they got 5 players missing. Let me play a high line. And to be fair, Aston Villa mixed it up during the game. There were times they were in a mid block. There were times that they were playing a deep block. There were times that they were playing really high. But for the most part, he must have thought we were mugs, that we wouldn't capitalise. We did. The problem is, we just couldn't bury our chances or make that final pass. I mean, Son, really, really disappointing day for him and Brennan Johnson today. I thought he was really poor. There were so many moments where he's got the pace. You've got the pace. You can beat Diego Carlos in the foot race. Why are you offside? Like, there were moments when we turn over the ball so close to the halfway line, and Son, just make a sensible run. Stay on side. Just stay on side. We don't do it. We don't do it. And every single goal ruled out for offside. Well, I say every single goal. Most of the goals that he scored or the opportunities ruled out for offside. I think we had 3 offsides in the game. We just got to do better, man. We got to do better, even in the second half as well. In fact, before I go into the second half, let me get back into the first half. I mean, Bentancur, man, I want to shout him out because he is a breath of fresh air. The difference in quality with him versus someone like a Højbjerg or Skip, it is staggering. It's night and day. We only got Bentancur for 31 minutes, and in that 31-minute spell, the speed and tempo in which we moved the ball was brilliant because of him. He is a really, really good player, and I'm just praying and hoping that his injury isn't severe because we absolutely need him. Pape Matas are rumoured to have a hamstring injury. Can't be relying on Højbjerg, can't be relying on Skip. Obviously, we know Basuma will be back from Man City, but you saw the difference that Bentancur makes to our team today. Like, we are just a much better side when he's there with us. We play slicker football, we move the ball quicker, we put a lot more pressure on the opposition, man, and he gives us that platform. Fantastic player, man, and I felt for him today, man, because that challenge from Matty Cash as well, nasty, nasty player. He'll get his comeuppance. Listen, Aston Villa fans, they might be watching this, right? Thinking, he's salty, he's this, he's that. I'm not. But let's just call it what it is. Aston Villa did not play well enough to win this game of football, but they did. So fair play to them. They took their opportunities more so than we did when they had them, and they take the 3 points. I can't be angry at Aston Villa. I can only bemoan our pathetic finishing. Even in the second half again, so unlucky. Pedro Porro, great strike, cannons off the post. Son, offside position again. It's just like, yo, man. Offside, you're moving like Adebayor, man. But listen, I'm not going to be here for long. Obviously, everyone's looking at the form. It's not pretty. 3 losses on the spin. Lost to Chelsea, lost to Wolves, lost to Aston Villa. All 3 games we were winning, but we all know there were different circumstances in each of those games. The Chelsea game, down to 9 men. Wolves, by far and away the inferior team in that game in terms of performance, and we deserved to lose the game. Today was different. Today I saw a team with 5 starters missing, play like they were playing with those 5 starters in the team. And I'm encouraged by that. And I'm saying this knowing that we're going to go to Man City. We're going to lose. It's going to be 4 games on the spin, but I have belief in the way we're playing this season. And I feel like those games after Man City are what's going to be important. The West Ham game at home, the Newcastle game at home, the Nottingham Forest game away. Those are the games where we're going to need to be better with our finishing. Man City away, it's a lottery. It's a lottery. I mean, we've got a pretty decent record against Man City in recent years, but I think with the way we play and with the players missing, even if we had everyone fit, I wouldn't be banking on Spurs to win that game. But with the injuries, it's one of those games I'm not really expecting anything from. So I'm not really too mad at what happens next week. What I'm more concerned about is our finishing today and how it impacts us in the games after Man City, or even during Man City. We need to put away these chances, right? I don't want us to turn into a Brighton that's just playing nice football and not putting teams to the sword. We should have been out of sight in the first half, and it's come back to bite us. We need to be better at putting away our opportunities in the second half, right? We have to be better. We have to be better. But listen, Man City, it might be an L, but Newcastle, I'm confident. West Ham, I'm confident. I think we'll have more players back. Romero should be back. Basuma should be back. Who knows for Pape Matasar? Hopefully the Bentancur injury isn't too serious, right? There were signs of encouragement. There were signs that we could actually rely on Lo Celso because he played well today. There were signs that Brian Hill can do something for Spurs. Obviously, he needs to add the finishing touch. Even Kulusevski was, for me, our man of the match. I thought he was brilliant today. But the one problem with Kulusevski, the one problem is the end product this season. You have to put the ball in the back of the net. That chance early on, how are you hitting the post? You have to score. In the Premier League, it's unforgiving. If you don't take your chances, you will get punished. There are too many teams in this league with too many good players. No matter what moment they're in, those players will hurt you. That's the one thing that disappointed me about Kulu today. He didn't get an assist. You've got to, he didn't get a goal. You've got to score, man. Put the ball in the back of the net. That's where my frustration lies. Like, I felt Ange, his tactic was calm today. The back four, for me, I was saying it to my friends, and my last word on this is that today's team was not set up to contain Aston Villa. That was not the job of today's team. Today's team was set up to breach Aston Villa and score as many goals as possible. I don't know what people were expecting with the defence. We have too many players missing to have a stable enough defensive structure. And even defensively, I didn't even think we were that bad. I thought Destiny was good on his side, locked up Bailey, locked up Matty Cash, right? On the right-hand side, I thought Pedro Porro, he did okay in the first half, second half was a bit... But ultimately, when you're playing with 4 fullbacks, what do you expect? And people are like, oh no, maybe he should have gone with Dyer. Even if he went with Dyer, it would be the same shit. We'd be saying the same thing. Oh, why did Dyer make the mistake to do X, Y, Z? We simply don't have enough good defensive personnel available right now to have a solid defensive performance. Today's game was about hurting the opposition, and we did that several times with ease. Aston Villa shouldn't really have left here with 3 points, and yet they have, because we couldn't finish. Those issues need to be rectified in the weeks to come. Brendan Johnson, you need to be sharper. Son, you've got to be better. You've delivered for us this season, you've got to be better. Kulusevski, you've got to be better. But anyway, people, that's it for me. You'll probably see me doing this reaction outside the Etihad next week because I'm planning on going to that game, regardless of the scoreline. But make sure you smash the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, keep your post notifications on, and let me know how you felt Spurs got on today.